ChatGPT was asked what the most brutal truths in psychology are, and these were the answers. A prompt was, you've read every psychology study and every psychological thinker and philosopher. What are the 5 things everyone must understand about their own psychology or they risk failing at life? Number 3, you are not who you think you are. Identity isn't fixed. It's a feedback loop of habits, roles, beliefs, and repeated stories. You shape who you are by what you do over and over, not who you wish you were.
Yep. Lifax. This is not a you're mature now, or you have hair on your balls, you need to grow up. You're a woman now, you finally bleeding, so act like it. This is not one of those. This is a simple maturity, emotional maturity when you come, I guess, to the age of enlightenment, we'll say. There's a certain level of comprehension you got to have within you that ultimately arises at different points of our lives. Some women will probably get it more, some guys will probably get it more. I would even argue to say that when life knocks you on your butt and hits you hard, you mature. And then you don't learn this until those moments. Again, my theory, my opinion, I'm not saying it's true. I just noticed that within me. I also noticed that gym culture understands this the most. The video just now was somebody asking ChatGPT, hey, look, how are we doing ourselves in? Well, this is how. We have this idea of, I want to be this type of person, or I am this type of person in my head. But if you're not actually working towards being that person, then no, you're not that person. I think in the last video, depends on when I post this, one of the last 2 videos that I posted was the person who is sitting on the sidelines trying to jump in a conversation, never really actually knowing when to jump in because you're just nervous, kind of like it's double dutch. You're just on the outside waiting for like, no, not yet. And because of that hopscotch mentality, you never really learn to overcome. Gym culture definitely learns that. We know that once you start working out, you go through that weird phase of shy and awkwardness, or just like, I don't even know what I'm doing. There's zero confidence here. I watched all the videos, but then when I get to the gym, I blank out. And then after that phase, you then start to have that habit where you're not even thinking about what workout you're forgetting, but now you've been doing the workout so much, it's become secondhand nature. Like you're literally just doing. The only thing you're worried about is today chest day? Is today push-pull? Is today this? Is today that? The equivocal to this would be driving. I know I'm going to digress for a second. When you first learn how to drive, whether you're a teenager or adult, doesn't matter. You first learned, you were so conscious about everything. I got to put my blinker on, my wipers on, or my brake lights on. Oh, it's nighttime, I got to turn the lights on. Am I braking too harsh? Am I driving too fast? Now you're just driving. You're just worried about getting from destination A to B. You're not even conscious about that anymore because the habit was already created over time. A lot can change in 30 days. A lot can change in 30 days. Maybe I'll make that as a follow-up video next. But sticking to this idea of habits create the person that you want to be, that is the ultimate truth that we deny ourselves day in and day out. Why we do it, I don't know. It's maybe like a weird defense mechanism that we all created. Scarface.
My mind is playing tricks on me.
And it's because of that mentality that we'll either reach where we want to get to, or at least some form of it. And then you'll have those who just kind of get stuck in their ways. They're stagnant. They don't think about changing. That mentality of, I don't have to change. I don't want to change. I'm good the way I am. Okay, congratulations. You're good the way you are, but what do you get out of that? Like, what are you doing now with your life? You wanted to save money, but you never started. You have your little vision board of like, ooh, I'm going to own this house. I want to have that car. I want to have this body. But you never stepped in a gym. You never started saving money. You never started reading books to build that habit of, intelligence, or emotional intelligence is a huge one. Not many people are emotionally intelligent. Most people don't even know themselves, which I would say is parallel to the video that we just watched at the beginning. You don't even know your own body. You don't even know your own mentality. You don't even know your own emotions. And because you don't know, you're stuck in your same, the same 7th grader, 8th grader, 9th grader that you were, carried on into your high school years, carried on into your college years. And now you're an adult and you still have that behavior, that emotional baggage that you carry. And you ain't got to do that no more. Like, for real, you just don't. Just stop. stop yourself, trick yourself. Put it in your brain that like, hey, look, this is a thing that I don't like about me that I really want to change. And I'm going to start doing this to change it. Okay, brain, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start on this day, and then we're going to work towards this. Okay, brain, that's what we're doing. Don't try to trick me. Don't try to tell me to be lazy. Don't try to tell me to just, man, my shoes are already off, so I can't. Nah, then drive to the park. When you drive to the park, at worst, you'll be walking like a lazy bum, but at least you're moving. And then at best, guess what? You're doing burpees, jumping jacks, anything. You hopscotch. I don't care. Bring a jump rope. If you have a jump rope at home, you're probably not even touching it. But a jump rope at the park, you might actually be motivated. Like, yeah, let me just knock out 5 minutes. Yeah, let me just knock out 10 minutes. Every little bit counts. Every little bit counts. Me, I can use me as a prime example. Even if you don't have my love handles. I'm skinny. I have that skinny fat body right now and I don't like it. But that's why I'm doing push-ups. I'm lifting weights. I'm running. And I lost so much weight. I went from 178 to 151. As of today, I'm still 151, teeter-tottering to 153 and then to 149. So something in between there is my regular height, regular weight. But that's because of a habit. I'm trying not to, actually no, I'm being conscious about trying to trick myself. I'm proactively making sure that I'm not just being lazy. And if I am being lazy or not working or not doing anything, even if it's on a work day or on an off day, you get off of work, you start running. Or you wake up earlier, you start running. And then you come shower and get ready for work. But you gotta prioritize this stuff. Otherwise, like the video said, you're just gonna keep being you because you didn't choose to create, the habit. You didn't choose to actually force yourself to become the person that you want to be in your head. Maybe you want to be not the cute little girl, you want to be the boss lady. Or maybe you want to be the dude who's, yeah, I'm a man, I feel like a man. Not the toxic dude, but the confident man, the charismatic man. Well, then don't end up like everybody else and not work for whatever it is that you're aiming for. And you don't want to be those people. Maybe you already are those people, but you don't have to be. What you have to be or need to be is a person that goes, I want to be this in my head. And don't leave it as an idea in your head. Because I'm sure you got some good ideas. I'm sure you have something to aim for, to shoot for, and that's really all you need is start with the idea, then start putting in the work. It's actually not easier said than done. It's literally easier done. So get after it. Do it what it is that you got to do. If you're living this codependent lifestyle, start reading a book about how to shift gears from being codependent. Maybe find a hobby. Or maybe you don't have any friends and you want to make friends. Well, then start going to social gatherings. Or the next time somebody invites you, say yes. Say yes. The next time something happens and you're scared of it or you're like, no, I don't want to, but I want to be this way. Well, then how are you going to be this way if you keep rejecting every single idea that comes in your face? Just get started like right away. I'm going to contradict myself. I know I said, don't wait for the perfect moment, but if you need a certain time or a certain jump off point, today's January 30. Go from 30 to 30, or wait for February 1 and then go from 1 to 1 or 15 to 15. But don't sit here and go, oh no, it has to start on a Monday, or it has to start on a Sunday, it has to start on the first. You're already screwing yourself over by doing that, so stop. That's procrastination talking. That's not the inner you that you want to be talking. Make sure inner you comes out and becomes outer you. And if inner you is talking all that mess, dead that noise. Kill him off. You don't need to be listening to him or her. What you need to be listening to is the inner you that wants to come out and be whatever it is that you want to be, whether it's a personality change, whether it's a physical appearance change, whatever. Hey, I want to start dressing better. Well, then figure out a way to save money to get the clothes that you actually want to wear because it fully represents who you are and your like or your taste. But you gotta start. Unfortunately, you have to start. There is no way of getting around it. There's no Game Shark. There's no Game Genie. It's unfortunately hard work. If you can put in hours in a video game to get, grinding, then you can do it in real life too. So from now on, whatever woman you want to be, whatever guy you want to be, start working towards that thing. And just like the video said, you got to do it over and over and over and over again. Don't just do it one time and then all of a sudden, okay, cool, I'm the guy that I wanted to be. It doesn't work that way. Habits create lifestyles. So if you want to take away anything from this video, it's that habits create lifestyles. And I'm out.